props.
Winston Shepard scored 16 points, had 19 boards, 2 assists, a block, and a steal as San Diego State defeated Air Force Saturday night. And Winston Shepard returns to Scott and BR on the Mighty 1090. Winston, welcome back.
How you guys doing?
Doing really good. Yourself?
I'm doing good. I only had 9 boards, not 19. I wish I had 19.
Did I say 19?
Dude,
Damn.
give him 19.
Dude, I thought.
And Winston, don't ever argue with somebody that props up your
Yeah,
stats.
dude. I mean, you just went
Dude,
from
you had 26 points.
right. You just went from all conference to all American, brother. For reals.
Dude.
I appreciate it.
Uh-huh.
Did I say 19 rebounds? All right. Well, too bad. Well, hey, good catch. Good ears out of you.
And he's honest.
Yes, a very honest young man. Take us back to the game Saturday night. About 7 minutes and change to go in the game, and all of a sudden you guys go on a run, and you started just kind of taking over that game. Tell us about that.
Well, first and foremost, I got to give all the thanks to God and the Coach Fish. Normally, Coach Fish gives me a breather around that time, but up until that point, I kind of was just, I wouldn't say having a tough night, but I wasn't myself. I felt like I was getting my teammates with good looks, but I wasn't really involved in the scoring much. And Coach Fisher had nothing but positive words to say to me. And he told me it would come, to not worry about it, don't force it. So I kept trying to just set my teammates up, and around that 7-minute mark, it just started coming back to me. So at that point, I just took it upon myself to just keep trying to attack and put pressure on the defense.
Is that different for you? I mean, as far as a head coach saying, just wait, it's going to come to you, and when it does, you'll be fine, as opposed to a guy just kind of getting a little bit into you about not scoring the ball?
Not at all. That's the type of coach that Coach Fisher is. No matter the time, the score, whether we're home or away, Coach Fisher has nothing but positive things to say. Now, that's not to say he won't get on you, because he does get on us. But he always tells me, and he tells us, that he has ultimate confidence in us. And right at the halftime, when we came back out, he came and sat down with me and put his arm around me and told me, Winston, I have nothing but confidence in you, and to just go out there and play. And that's what I did. I didn't try to force things or shoot bad shots, and it came back to me.
Winston Shepard is averaging almost 13 points per game. He's the second leading scorer on the San Diego State Aztecs basketball team, and really helped take over the game on Saturday night and distance the Aztecs from Air Force. It started with the three-pointer, and then the slam dunk, and then a couple of free throws. Again, just through that sequence, if you could.
X-Stains found me on a couple good looks, and I just tried to put them in. The three, I was wide open. A lot of teams played me more for the drive, so I've been working on my three-point shot a lot, and I just felt it. I was open, so I just shot it. Me and X were trapping one time, and I got a deflection. X got the steal. We drew the defense and dropped it off to me. And as far as the free throws, Coach Fisher always tells me he has confidence in me at the free throw line. I work very hard every day before and after practice shooting free throws, so I feel like I'm supposed to make free throws.
Yeah, that's right.
They're free.
You're supposed to make them. That's exactly right. That's right. They're uncontested.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Now, Billy Ray, you and I, on the other hand,
they're not.
We tried to take some free throws Friday night. Billy Ray and I played against the Harlem Globetrotters Friday night. Winston, you probably didn't know that. You're talking to a couple of ballers here, did you?
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
Yep.
I mean, have you ever been on the floor against the Harlem Globetrotters?
Nope, and I've never seen him in person.
Okay, well, so Billy Ray and I have played against the Globetrotters. So we understand pressure in your face when trying to shoot a three-pointer.
We really do.
We understand what that's all about. We were horrible. We were combined 1 for 14 from the field.
Oof. Well, that's all right. You guys will get them next time.
See? Now that's what hanging around Coach Fisher's doing for you, right?
That's right. My man.
Uh-huh.
Winston, we talked earlier in the year, and we talked about how your freshman year, it didn't really go your way. And subsequently, since we've had that conversation, there was an article printed several weeks back about how you decided you needed to go home to Houston this past summer and kind of refined who you were and are, I suppose, as a player. Take us through some of that. Give us some of that.
Well, I know who I am as a person and a player, first and foremost, but I just had to, I say, just get away. I don't get a chance to see my family that much. I've been out on the West Coast since I was in 10th grade, and I just wanted to see if Coach Fisher would just let me go home and just spend some time with my family, and that's more so what I needed. Just good home nurturing and just get back to basics. You know what I'm saying? And he let me do that, and that's what I did. And I just worked on my game.
But in going home, the way I
Right.
read it was, and the picture was painted for me, so maybe it was an exaggeration, or maybe I got it right. It was as if you were in this little teeny tiny wooden barn that was a church, and behind the church was this little basketball court, and it was like Hoosiers for me. Like
You're talking about the Finley Academy days.
No. I'm talking about back in Houston. Finley Academy I perceive to be like a really big high-priced, kind of place in Vegas where kids go to become college superstars. But I'm talking about hometown Houston, 120 degrees and all the humidity, and in this little tiny barn with just a little bit of sunlight in between the cracked wood. I mean,
Really?
Yeah, I mean, that was the picture that was painted for me. Was it really that way?
Well, first and foremost, you actually have both of those things wrong. Finley Prep, we actually play our home games in the middle school gym.
Really?
Yeah, and we actually attend school with elementary and middle school kids, first and foremost. Second, the gym was actually inside the church, not behind the church, but yes, it was very hot. And on one end of the court, one of the goals, you have to keep tape on the rim to keep the rim at an even level. So, yes, a little bit exaggeration, but you get the point, though. So I definitely was just in that gym the whole entire summer, with the two exceptions when I left to go to the two national events that I got invited to. But other than that, I was just in that gym working on my game, just working out hard, and then just going home, spending time with my mother and my little sister.
So on Sundays, they would move the pews out of the way and play basketball.
Well, the gym is actually separate from the actual church.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
It does.
The gym is inside the church, but there's a whole separate another area where they actually hold church service at. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, I just think the story is good because, again, and this was the conversation earlier. We're talking to Winston Shepard from the Aztec basketball team. Big game the other night for San Diego State in their win against Air Force. 16 points, 9 boards, only 9. 2 assists, a block shot, and a steal. So when we talked earlier in the year, it was, did you expect things to come easy when you got to San Diego State from this high school powerhouse in Vegas? And it just sounds like you picked the right time in your life and in your basketball career to go get some home cooking.
Absolutely. And like I tell you guys before, I mean, maybe people don't want to hear me say that, but I did think it was going to be easy for me. I come from Finley Prep, playing with nothing but college superstars and NBA players. So I expected and still expect nothing but the same from myself. My path was a little different from some of the other guys, So I just try my best to keep my head high, keep working, stay humble, and just keep my faith in God.
And are you? And please don't give me a standard cliche answer because you seem like a very honest guy and a great conversationalist. So here goes. Because you've played with other guys that have already gone from high school where you played together and have already jumped into the NBA, it's only your second year and you're really starting to play like the guy who had all the high school All-American stuff behind him. What are you starting to see now for the next couple of years in your life?
I just try to keep my focus on right now. I would be lying if I say I don't want to go to the NBA because that's my ultimate dream, and I think everyone knows that. But right now I play for the number 6 team in the country, and we have a great chance to win conference and win the conference tournament, and we're looking forward to trying to play for a national championship. So right now that's where I'm at, and when all that's over, then I'll sit down with Coach Fish and my family and my advisors and go from there.
Do you expect to be playing for San Diego State next year?
I don't want to answer that question, man.
It's a possibility.
Absolutely. I don't know, though. Right now I'm just focused on playing right now. We have a lot of season left. We have a great season going. I think we're having one of the best seasons in San Diego State school history. And I'm just happy that I could be a part of that.
All right. These are great answers. Winston Shepard on Scott and BR on
I
the
think
Mighty
you might have
tonight.
been asked these a couple of times before.
Have people been giving you a hard time about that? Seriously?
Sometimes, but I know how to speak, and I'm well spoken for myself, and I don't want to create anything that will blow up in the media or bring a negative light to myself. So right now, I just want to focus on playing for a great coach and Coach Fisher, who I have the utmost respect for, and playing with some great teammates. I love playing in the backcourt alongside Xavier Thames. So I just want to cherish these moments right now. Years down the line, I know we're going to look back at this and we're going to miss these times. So I'm just trying to stay right now in the here and now.
Talk to Kawhi this weekend?
Not really. Kawhi's a quiet guy. He left the game before the game was over. He didn't come back, but I did get a chance to speak with Jamal and Malcolm Thomas, and both of those guys were great.
Yeah, I want you to stay away from Kawhi. I don't want him talking to you about leaving early. and the same pretty much goes for Jamal as well. Don't even bother with those guys yet. For real. Did you see Kid from Kid and Play last weekend?
Yeah, he actually came back into the locker room and had some good words to say to us. Took a couple pictures with us. Took a couple pictures with the coaches. So everything was cool. He was a great guy. He actually had a San Diego State jersey on. I was expecting to see him with the high flat top, but he actually had a different cut.
Yeah, we set that up, dude. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
See, that's the kind of Aztec fans we are.
Man, that's great, man. And a couple of us were teasing JJ, saying that he would look like Kid in the future.
Well, that's why we did it. We asked JJ about it on an interview just like this. We said, JJ, you know who this guy is? And he was like, no, not really. And we're like, oh, we got to make this happen. 2 days later, that guy was on the radio, and 3 weeks later, he was down here. How cool is that?
Man, that's great. I hope he's a genuine San Diego State Aztec fan.
And, big fan.
Hopefully he could get down to a couple more games.
Well, tweet him.
Mm-hmm. Good idea.
It's how people communicate nowadays. Right. Tweet them.
Right. That's great.
So, listen, you guys play tomorrow against Utah State. You know that those guys are coming in looking for a little revenge factor, right? I mean, the way that game went up at their place, you guys being down big and making this giant comeback. And look, at this point, just like Wyoming, everybody's giving you their best because everybody's looking for a marquee win against a top 10 team.
Right. Well, first and foremost, Utah State is a great team. I have to chalk up some of how the last game went, being in their home environment. The crowd was crazy. The environment was crazy. So I definitely feel a little more comfortable with us at home, but that's not to take anything away from them. Me personally, I have to guard better. We have to guard their floppy action. The guys running on the baseline better. So they're looking for revenge, but we're also looking for a little revenge too. We don't expect to go into overtime with this team at home, and we want to come out. We let them shoot 52% last game, so we have a lot to get better at tomorrow too.
So you're taking it personal that it was such a close game last time.
Absolutely. I mean, and that's not to take anything from Utah State. They're a great team, but we pride ourselves on being a great defensive team. So anytime anybody shoots over 50% against us, it's almost a slap in the face.
Gotcha. Hey, Winston, before you go, everybody knows what to expect from X-Thames. You're the second leading scorer. We've come to expect that out of you. Davis is a guy who brings size and experience. I think if this team's going to do something, it's always got to be that next guy who's going to step up and make a big play. For me right now, and obviously, this one kind of comes off sounding this way because of the Utah State game, but Dwayne Polee, not just being clutch the way he's been here, but getting more into the offensive side, starting to show some emotion and kind of breaking out of a shell. What do you think about Polee as being, I hate to use this phrase, but as an X factor, take X-Thames out of it? What do you think about Polee's game?
Absolutely. First and foremost, Dwayne Polee is actually my roommate. We've been roommates the past 2 years. So I personally, maybe more than anybody, know what he can do. There's been some tough times for him, and the best thing I can say about DP is he's a great guy. He doesn't pout. There was a couple games in the beginning of the season where he didn't get to play, things like that, and he just stuck with it. Now, as you said, he's an X factor. I personally wouldn't call him an X factor. I call him a microwave off the bench. I think he's the sixth man of the team, and I think he deserves that. And he's a highlight film. I mean, he can shoot threes. He jumps out the gym. He brings energy. He gets steals. He's great for us, and absolutely, I think we need him to do everything he's been doing.
All right, Winston Shepard. Hey, Winston, nice talking to you again.
Yeah.
Great job, man. Really nice work, and we'll see you down at the arena.
All right, I appreciate you guys, man.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
Winston.
it's great having you.
All right.
Next time, I'm going to correct you on a bunch of stuff. Seriously.
Don't worry about that, Winston.
That or
It's
do me
not
a
gonna
favor,
happen.
go out and get 19 rebounds tomorrow.
I strive to. I hope I can, man. But with Josh Davis down there, it's a little tough for me.
Yeah, he's eating them all up.
All
right, man.
up.
Hey, thank you
All right,
very
guys.
much. Good job. All right, Winston Shepard. All right, you heard him. Now it's time to give away a pair of tickets. 8-5